Hello, and welcome to this second lecture of Remain or Leave. The topic I will discuss is the single market, which is probably the most important aspect of the UK's EU membership because it concerns trade and the economy. It's obvious that economics is at the heart of the referendum debate, given the facts and forecasts about jobs or growth that both sides are arguing about. Making sense of the numbers floating around can be confusing and is possibly the most off-putting part of the whole referendum campaign. So the aim here is to explain the governing principles of the single market and how they affect the United Kingdom. I will focus on concrete examples to illustrate the trade-off involved in regulating the economy outside or inside the European Union. One way to think about the European Union is as a free trade area. However, the main feature of the single market is that it covers not just trade in goods, but also the free movement of services, capital, and people. The way the free movement of people affects UK immigration policy is the subject of another lecture, so I won't talk much about this element now. In a nutshell, the single market makes it illegal for the UK government to give special treatment to British citizens or British companies. That's a huge constraint, but it's compensated by the fact that other countries are similarly constrained, thereby opening up huge business opportunities because the playing field is level. Participation in the single market is also attractive to foreign investors because companies know that products or services made in the UK can reach 500 million consumers. In global terms, the EU acts as a unified trade bloc. This means the terms on which British companies do business outside the single market are determined by the European Union. It is the EU that negotiates trade agreements with other countries. The UK has a say in this, but it cannot make its own trade deals. The fundamental concern surrounding the single market is whether it constitutes a good deal for the United Kingdom. There are two essential reasons why opinion is divided over the costs and benefits of the current arrangement. One worry is that the EU imposes too many burdens on UK businesses when using its powers to regulate the single market, since, as we saw in the previous lecture, the UK can be outvoted in environmental policy or consumer protection. The risk is real. The second area of contestation concerns the EU's external trade relations. Currently, the EU has trade agreements with 53 other markets, and it is currently negotiating with the US to link together the world's two largest economies. So the question here is whether the UK could get better access to the fastest growing regions of the world by negotiating on its own, that is, without having to find compromises with other EU countries. I will scrutinise both these arguments and also explore what it would mean for the UK to be outside the single market. Within the EU or not, there are important constraints on UK economic policy that must be taken into account when considering whether to overhaul our whole trade relationship.